Welcome to a new kind of video, a week in my life. Not reinventing the wheel here. As you see, this is a recap of my Friday to Friday. Buckle up. Last Friday, I got a rush audition from my agent, and I actually had fun with it. Commercial auditions in the past have left a sour taste in my mouth. I could go into more depth later, but most of it was honestly me putting a lot of stress on myself, especially what I look like, because I kind of feel like commercials are more looks based. I mean, this whole industry's looks based when you're an actor, but like, you get what I'm saying. I was really funky with this one. I put on a sweater vest. Was that what the audition called for? Absolutely not. I didn't even say anything about wardrobe, so I just kind of took hints from the script and I put on my own stuff that I thought was funky and fresh. Never saying that again. I'm fairly certain I didn't book this because it films this coming Tuesday, and as I sit here, I have not received any word that I've been put on hold or that I've been cast, so I'm assuming I was passed up on this one, which is totally fine. They were casting a very wide net for this character. It was not like a definitive, demographic necessarily. Truly, it's the casting directors you meet along the way that make it different. Why casting directors? Because casting directors help you get into the room. So if I submit a stellar audition that checks all the boxes that they want and whatnot, even if I don't book the character, hopefully I've made a great impression with casting. So I used my black magic for that one, and as I was rereading the audition materials, I thought they wanted a lot less from me, and then I read it again and again and again, and this is on dyslexia, and I was like, oh, they want me to read a lot more. So that's fine. I did it. I shot about 40 minutes worth of footage and I threw that into DaVinci Resolve. And I did my favorite part, which is color grading. Now, when it comes to auditions, I'll show you stills from the audition because I can't show you the audition in itself. You know what I mean? Intellectual property. Let's respect. But I don't go as crazy on color grading auditions as I do for videos like this. Because like it's about my acting. It's not about the color grading. I know I say this as like a filmmaker. He uses a Blackmagic camera to film most of my auditions, but I digress. I don't want the color grading to take away or detract from my acting, and so I really simplify it. It's just honestly to get some color back in there. I don't go stylistic with it, I don't want it to look like an old school IG filter. Now we're on to Saturday. Saturday was a bit more of a social hour. I baked some killer bread for a gathering. That's right, I bake bread from scratch. Are you fucking jealous yet? Bread is an aphrodisiac. I know this because I get at least 3 proposals each week. I did wear my Edward Cullen pin because I figured that's a conversation starter. Let's just cut right through the small talk and right to the skin of a killer. And you know what? It fucking worked like a charm. First conversation I had with someone was about that pin. Speaking of Twilight, look at this still from Rivals, which I did finish watching Rivals. Look at this still. Does it not remind you of Edward prowling around Bella? Say it out loud. This character looks like he's itching for some swan blood. I'm just saying. Sunday, I got bit by the writing bug and wrote approximately 40 pages in one of my current works in progress, which is a horror thriller movie. If the FBI is watching, I know you're probably concerned about my search history. I need you to know I have no intentions. I have no malicious intentions. This is all for the script. I apologize, but how else am I supposed to know these things? You think I just grew up with that knowledge? Monday, I asked TikTok about writing and learned that not everyone sees their stories in 6K in their mind. What? Also, TikTok lets you put now a cover image on your videos, so I'm in trouble because have you seen what I do to my YouTubes? That's right. Makeover, baby. Tuesday, I discussed a niche non-binary actor question. If you're a non-binary actor, take your way over to my TikTok and maybe give your input on the situation. It's not really a situation. I also created my first scene from a new series I call Pitch Dash, where in 2 weeks I pitch 7 projects in mind, complete or not, to bolster my portfolio, work out my acting muscle, and keep the war between me and Adobe Illustrator strong. And this series actually started, I was going to do a 15 day of acting scene series where each day for 15 days I create an acting scene and I just from scratch just film it, post it. That's the gist of that. And if someone wanted to see the behind the scenes, or a lot of someone's wanted to see the behind the scenes, then I could do a breakdown video separately. So I started out with that series in mind, filmed this scene, and then it snowballed into something so much more. Then I changed the series to the pitch dash. So it is officially the pitch dash. I took that footage and now we're on to Wednesday. Wednesday morning, I created a whole deck for it. It's a comedic 15-minute short film called Oh Fritters about Maple, a cashier at Annie's Apples, who is addicted to those vertical series, you know, like the campy, soapy ones on apps like Real Short and whatnot. They're addicting. They're ridiculous, obviously, but completely addicting. Her day-to-day life takes a hard left turn right into the plot of her favorite vertical drama, and we're not quite sure where reality begins and Maple's imagination ends. Kind of like a fun romp, very campy, does not take itself seriously. Creating the deck was so much fun, so many pops of color. I have a whole TikTok talking about this deck, but if you want to view it, peruse it in your own time, you can go onto my portfolio, which is at alchemistdrafts.com. That's my contra portfolio. You can snoop and see other things and look over the whole deck. If you need a deck, there's so many ways that you can contact me. It could be through Contra, it could be through Fiverr, or you could just use the old email. All are linked below. I'm not cool enough to link anything in the videos yet. Thanks, YouTube. I do offer free 15-minute consultations to see if we're a good fit, because I don't want to waste my time. You don't want to waste yours. What if we hate each other? I don't want to create a deck for you. Or what if you don't actually need my services? I want to let you know. Or maybe I should bamboozle you. I wouldn't do that. Oh, still on Wednesday, I had a audition to film for an indie feature. I did an audio check and everything was fine. I'm on the phone with my reader. I record about like 25 minutes worth of footage. I get some amazing takes in there. I play it back and there's some weird goddamn feedback whenever I talk. You know what? Let me show you. I can hear her. She's barking right outside the vial, right? Disturbing. So I do what any person does in that moment, which is have a conniption, and I unplug everything. I change chords, I change my mic. I mean, the whole 9 yards. I'm plugging into DaVinci scene, like, can I hear it there? The forums say, oh, it may be a fan in your camera, and I'm like, it better not be a fan in my camera. Now, the interesting thing is the feedback was only happening when I spoke, so that told me it was probably electrical and not the fan, because if it was the fan, I imagine it would just be buzzing the whole way through the clip. Lo and behold, it was just that the camera decided, I don't like where I'm plugged in anymore. So I replugged in the camera after I had a little nap, called back my reader, did about 7 minutes worth of footage, plugged it into DaVinci, all to realize that I left my ceiling fan light on. So color grading it was a bit of a bitch. Here's a still from that. So is it my best job? No. It makes things look a bit more yellow. Ugh, I couldn't. My hair looks like ramen noodles, I feel like. That's the chair, by the way. I sent that off because that's, audio is the most important quality of film. And so once I got the audio crispy clear, I was like, whatever. And you may be thinking, why not you just do an iPhone? Why not film it on iPhone? I could have, but I didn't want to. I was stubborn, determined to film it on my Blackmagic, and I did it at the end of the day. I did post a TikTok about this struggle on my iPhone because I feel the need to kiss the algorithm's feet every day. We are on to Thursday. I filmed my first pitch dash intro video, worked on my horror thriller, and used a new shampoo. Friday. Well, of course, the day is not over yet, but this morning I had a really exciting meeting. And I'm actually lying to you. I'm filming this on Thursday, so I don't know how the meeting went. So I wish future me, or I guess at this point past me, good vibes. Hope everything went well. That has been a Friday to Friday recap week in my life. This coming week, I know I get to put another indie feature film audition on tape. It's an open casting call, so I get to submit straight with a video audition, and then I know I'll be creating more pitches for you guys, so we'll see how that goes. Stay juicy, stay fun. Stay juicy. Maybe I should consult on how to do like an outro. I don't know. But if I just gab a little bit right here about information that's not necessarily pertinent, then you can go click on these other little thingies on my YouTube channel and watch other videos. So, okay, I feel like I've gabbed enough. I feel like you've clicked. If you've clicked, cool. If you haven't, you know, it's fine. Sometimes I'm a hater too. Love you all. Smoochy, smoochy.